Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Gibbs. I'm doing my presentation on Washington Irving's Rip Van Winkle and the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Irving was born in 1783 and died in 1859. He was a lawyer as well as a 19th century author. Both of these short stories gave him international fame and can be found in his internationally best-selling book, The Sketchbook of Geoffrey. They're both considered first American short stories. They both have fame in their own ways. Rip Van Winkle has been several famous productions, where Legend of Sleepy Hollow has been several movies, last being in 1999, Tim Burton's Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and also a TV series back in 2013. Rip Van Winkle was written in 1819, based in New York. Simple-minded man, needed to get away. His wife was a big nagger. He goes out into the mountains and finds the explorer Henry Hudson and his explorers. He stays the night, drinks, and falls into a deep sleep. When he awakens, he finds that the world has gone on without him. It's 20 years later, and his wife is deceased, his daughter is grown and married, and America is independent. He has to adjust to this new lifestyle and new ways of living, and I think Irving was trying to depict that change is inevitable. It's going to happen. Just because you're asleep for 20 years doesn't mean that the world's going to be asleep for 20 years. Everything progresses. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is about a man named Ichabod Crane who goes to the village of Sleepy Hollow to become a new schoolmaster. He finds a beautiful young lady named Katrina Van Tassel, who also is being fought for by Braun, who is kind of a prankster and a manly man. The town is plagued by a headless horseman who was a Hessian soldier during the Revolutionary War and lost his head to a cannonball. He has a path that he takes throughout town to get to the church where his body's buried. He's hoping to find his head there, and Ichabod one night finds himself on this path. He finds himself face to face with the headless horseman and gets knocked off his horse by what he thought might have been the headless horseman's head, but when he came to, it was a pumpkin. The next day, the town could not find Ichabod. All they found was his boots and the pumpkin on the side of the road. People believe that the headless horseman got him, or others believe that Braun played a prank to get him out of town so he could have Katrina Van Tassel. I think Irving was trying to depict change and stability as well. Change and progressing versus stability and order. Braun being the manly man and Ichabod being the dreamer. It kind of depicts both sides, which one's going to win, which one's going to occur. A reference, Dorsky, the value of storytelling, references Irving to be stating that men defeat dreamers, which I don't totally agree with, because if we didn't have dreamers, we wouldn't progress. It's kind of how I feel. How all this progression in the world is due to those dreamers who get these ideas and help us put them into action and progress. Some interesting facts that I found. Rip Van Winkle, he wrote that in one night while staying with his sister in England. Also, Irving popularized the nickname Gotham that you hear referenced in Batman. I did not know that and found that quite interesting. So really, in conclusion, I find both of these short stories to be awesome in their own way. I love horror movies, so I've always loved The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and already knew it from end to end, but Rip Van Winkle I had to read and get to know. And I think both of the short stories kind of summarize America in a way of growing and progressing, and is it good, is it bad? During that 19th century, it was scary times. Did they want to progress? We don't know what lay ahead of us. So, I've enjoyed the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments box and I will answer them as well as I can. Thank you. Have a good day.